The Bitcoin bulls tried so hard to defend that weekly 200 simple moving average, but guys, they got rejected. Now, does this mean we see further downside this week? Or is it? Is it time to prepare for a breakout of this beautiful falling wedge pattern? Now, in today's video, we're going to be discussing just that. And also, we're going to be giving you guys the mango trade of the day, so stick around. And what's up, you guys? Welcome to the Mango Grove. My name is Krisha, and this is today's Bitcoin analysis video. I have Sean next to me today. Sean, say hello to everybody.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. And happy Monday to all of you.
That's right, a happy Monday, which means a brand new weekly open. And this one, guys, this weekly open is a rather confusing one. It's confusing. And why is that? Why is that? And that's why we've presented two scenarios in a way. We either break down from here or we break out from here. Now, the breakdown is primarily because if you have to assess this weekly open, okay, where price is at right now, what's essentially happened is that we closed underneath that 200 simple moving average yet again. The bulls failed to reclaim the 200 simple moving average. They tried, yes, but they failed miserably at that too. So, Sean, the 200 simple moving average is lost. It still is lost. In addition to that, if you go ahead and turn on that bullish FVG, right? These FVGs, once again, for those of you who are unaware, these are little liquidity pockets on, and they mark these inefficient zones. And every time you get an FVG, you'll find that price usually gets pulled into these regions, taps that liquidity before it makes its next move. Okay, so now here is what's happened. We were looking for price to, well, break out of the FVG to give us that next bullish tilt. But what's happened once again, Sean? Rejected. Rejected. Right? So now we're seeing these rejections across the board. What are your thoughts on Bitcoin's weekly close, Sean?
Okay, so now I think we go up this week. Let's just cut to the chase, guys. I think we go up this week. I know we didn't get the close that we wanted. Okay, we all wanted the close above the weekly 200. And now you guys know that I've been bearish ever since we hit 32K. I've been like waiting patiently for that 23K move, right? Essentially lining up with Krisha's target to the bottom of the FEG. If you guys remember, Krisha had two targets for her short trade, which was the middle of the FEG, target one hit. I'm like, guys, let's be patient. Let's be patient. Let's wait for target 2 as well, right? That would have lined up with the monthly 10 SMA as well. But now my patience is running thin, okay? And I think that we go up this week or in the beginning of next week. Now, don't rush to your computers and put on a bull trade. Wait, okay? And I'm going to be telling you guys exactly how we trade this when we get to the mango trade of the day, which we're getting to very, very soon. But hear me out. If you guys remember, last week we talked about the weekly 200 MA being very, very important. However, we also discussed the weekly 21 EMA, and that's this yellow EMA right over here, guys. And we said that, hey, you know what? This is one of the few times that Bitcoin's weekly 21 EMA is actually underneath the weekly 200 moving average, okay? And historically, the weekly 200 moving average has always been underneath the weekly 21 EMA. This time, however, the 21 EMA is underneath Bitcoin's weekly 200. So the question we posed is the market looking to respect the weekly 21 EMA more than the weekly 200? And we weren't so sure, right? We weren't so sure, so we didn't want to trade based on just that alone. But that thesis is beginning to get validated, okay? We don't put a trade on it just yet, but we mentally start switching our mindset to start flipping bullish because we've been bearish for a long time now. And perhaps it's time. because we had that thesis. And if you guys zoom out, you're going to see that the weekly 21 EMA has been seeing a lot of respect and the slope is angling towards the upside. We also closed above the weekly 55. So the market is placing more importance on the lower time frame EMAs before the 200 SMA. It's only after the 21 EMA crosses above the 200, guys, that I start looking at the 200 again, all right? Because the first bullish clue that we are getting that the market may not be paying attention to, guys, is the fact that we defended the weekly 21 EMA on this week close. So at this point, I'm beginning to wonder, is the weekly 200 moving average simply a red herring? But again, guys, don't jump the gun, okay? I'm going to give you guys an exact setup to play when we get to the mango trade of the day. But Kusha, before we get to that, you found something as well that further indicates a bullish signal that people might be missing, correct?
Yeah, so let's recall, okay? So we were looking at the 200 simple moving average, right? I'll just switch that off. We were looking at the 200 simple moving average. We wanted to see Bitcoin reclaim this. We were looking at the bullish FVG right here. We want to see Bitcoin reclaim this. But what was the other third thing that we were looking at, guys? We were looking at the Bollinger, right? We were looking at price relative to the mid on the Bollinger in addition to the MACD. Now, don't get this twisted. The MACD is still freaking bearish. It's still cross bearish. However, now what's happened here? It's a double sort of play, right? We want to see the MACD cross bearish, but in addition to that, we also want to see price live underneath the mid of the Bollinger to give us that proper bearish tell. It basically gives us some validation in that, okay, the bear is in control, we're likely going to see further downside. But now what happened on this most recent weekly close is that we closed over the mid. Okay, so...
So remember, guys, it was a two-part trade. The mid was the trigger. The MACD was only the get ready. The trigger just got invalidated. Is that what you're telling us, Kusha?
Yeah. The trigger just got invalidated on the play, okay? So now this closed over the midpoint. So this might allude to that next bullish tilt. A minor one, but a bullish one nonetheless. And another bullish signature, Sean, to add to all of this is the fact that that weekly dynamic is actually seeing support. I mean, just look at price against that weekly dynamic. And we know just how important this indicator is, just how well the dynamic has been able to, well, guide the market into really understanding where's the trend at right now. Are we on the bullish end of things or are we on the bearish end of things?
This has worked so well for the entire bear market as well. We just had to stay on the side of the dynamic the entire time. Over here too, right? The banking crisis. We wicked underneath it, closed above it, and the market said, F that, I'm out of here. Kusha, what if we see another big candle just like this one? I think that's the risk at the moment. I think that's the risk of being too bearish for too long, because the market has had every goddamn reason to go down, and it has not gone down. It has not gone down, which is why, guys, okay, as a community, we need to mentally start getting ready for some upside, okay? You don't put on the trade yet, but you mentally start getting ready. You know why? Because it protects you against being short against a market that does this, right? If you get caught without stops on your leverage trade, or if you get caught under allocated on your spot position and the market just decides to do a big 30% move in your face, it's gonna hurt. So mentally get ready. So when you start seeing the signs, you start allocating back on the right side of the market, which, Kusha, I think this brings us perfectly to the mango trade of the day. Because, guys, I'm not saying put on the trade over here, okay? I'm not saying do that, okay? What I'm saying is wait for the signs. And what are those signs? So let's go on over to the dashboard, okay, guys? What I want you guys to do is turn on your daily time frame, okay? Switch to your daily time frame, clear out everything, and all you're going to click on first is your swing lows and your swing highs, okay? And zoom in. I want you guys to focus on the lower high coming in on June 4th. So this June 4th lower high coming in at around 27,455. That is your trigger. You wait for that trigger to first activate. Until then, you stay mango. You stay patient. Once you see that lower high get taken out, I want you guys to come on over to the right hand of your screen and click on this Ichimoku indicator right over here. This blue line over here, guys, that's your Tenkin, okay? So once the lower high gets taken out, you wait for the retest of this Tenkin. This Tenkin is going to be moving dynamically with price. It could be lower than where it is at the moment. It could be higher than where it is at the moment. You are going to be looking to bid the Tenkin after the lower high gets taken out. So what are we looking for? Something like this, essentially the low high of June 4th getting taken out, and then a retest of the Tenkin. The Tenkin could be flat or could come up like this, right? You bid that, and then you look for continuation to the upside. Now remember, guys, this trade is dynamic and things may change as price unfolds. So make sure to follow along with these videos. So any changes I can keep you guys up to date on.
Exactly. So make sure you hit that subscribe and that bell icon. That way you can stay up to date whenever this trade triggers and whenever it gets invalidated. And speaking of invalidation, Sean, when does this trade get invalidated?
Oh yes, good question, because we only talked about the activation of the trade, but what's most important is actually the invalidation. So the invalidation too, guys, on this trade is dynamic. At the moment, since price hasn't really unfolded yet, this entire trade idea gets invalidated, gets essentially cancelled. You don't even look for the trade as soon as these lows over here get taken out, right? These lower lows, if price comes down and takes out these lower lows, we don't even look for this trade anymore, okay? So for now, the invalidation of the trade is the low of 24,800, okay? Now, as price unfolds, the invalidation is going to be dynamic as well. So make sure you guys keep up to date with the dynamic nature of this trade, especially when trend trading, guys. And this is a big trend trade that we're looking for at the moment.
Perfect. So there's the trade of the day. Now, if you guys enjoy these kind of trade setups, you can let us know by smashing that like button or leaving a comment in the comment section below, and we will bring you more juicy trades moving forward. And yeah, this pretty much wraps up today's Bitcoin analysis. We will see you guys in the next update. With this, trade safely, trade stress-free, trade the mango way, trade the easy way. Ciao, you guys.
Ciao.